Recently, the British royal family has once again been pulled into a storm of crisis. This time, all attention is locked on the strained ties between Prince William and his stepmother's family. On a cold, rainy night, what seemed like a simple car mishap unveiled a chain of dark secrets. The trunk of Tom Parkerbowles' car, Queen Camilla's son, was forced open, and from it emerged long-hidden relics directly linked to Princess Diana. Private letters, even sensitive evidence, all of it sat like a time bomb beneath the throne. The public is stunned, left asking dangerous questions. Why was Tom in possession of such explosive material? Could Camilla herself be involved in hiding or even twisting these truths? Meanwhile, Prince William, heir to the throne, is believed to hold evidence strong enough to turn the tide, including classified files that could directly implicate Camilla. If proven, this would mark a historic shift, the first time a reigning queen could be forced to confront the truth from within her own family. And so, the question haunting the British people remains: could this be the beginning of the end for Camilla's reign? The rain beat steadily against the eaves of a suburban mansion, like the drum roll of an oncoming storm. It was September in London, and the hushed streets seemed to whisper the secrets of the elite. Tom Parkerbowles, Camilla's son from her previous marriage, had just slipped away from a private gathering at an old villa on the outskirts. This was no glittering royal gala with chandeliers and champagne. It was where the wealthy and disillusioned gathered to drown the weight of legacy. Driving his sleek black Bentley, the scent of French wine still heavy on his breath, Tom cursed when his engine suddenly sputtered and died in the middle of the road. His fist slammed the steering wheel, eyes red with anger. "Not now," he muttered, shaking as he pulled out his phone to call for help. But someone else was quicker. A squad of royal guards, patrolling nearby after a high society event, caught the distress signal from his car. They arrived like thunder, their tow truck glaring under blinding headlights. The captain, Reginald Hayes, older veteran with a sharp gaze and silver goatee stepped. Hayes was no ordinary guard. He had served since Charles's days as Prince of Wales and knew the kind of secrets royals buried. "Sir, we'll handle this," he told Tom, his tone calm but firm. Tom nodded and stepped aside, unaware fate had already turned against him. As protocol demanded, Hayes's men opened the trunk to retrieve a spare battery. But what they uncovered changed everything. Under a soaked raincoat lay an antique wooden box, etched with royal insignia, like a treasure from centuries past. Hayes froze. His pulse quickened as he lifted the lid, and the sight before him left him stunned. Inside was a leather diary, its cover marked with a trembling W, the private teenage journal of Prince William. Its yellowed pages spoke of haunting fears. Today, Camilla mocked Mother again. "I'm afraid she'll steal Father away. Mother, I miss you." Beside it lay a stack of letters, Diana's unmistakable handwriting still alive on faded paper. One slipped free: "My dearest son, I am sending the sapphire ring in this box, so that one day you may give it to the one you love. Remember, love can conquer power, no matter how ruthless that power may be." Hayes's throat tightened, his hands trembling. Next came photographs, digital prints of young William with Rose Hanbury, intimate smiles, eyes locked like forbidden lovers, proof of an old scandal. And finally, at the bottom, an empty velvet compartment shaped for a ring, the same sapphire Diana had once worn. Now Kate Middleton's symbol. Hayes slammed the lid shut, sweat mixing with the rain. This was no relic, this was a weapon, an atomic bomb that could rip apart the monarchy. Without a word to Tom, he ordered his men, "Take it to Kensington. Only William can know." They towed the car silently, leaving Tom in the storm with nothing but unease. At Kensington Palace, William sat in his study, weary from a long day, yet softened as he read a bedtime story to Charlotte. When Hayes entered, pale as a ghost, William looked up sharply. "What is it, Hayes?" The captain said nothing, only placed the box on the desk. William opened it, tanned, his world collapsed. He flipped through the diary, the letters, the photographs, his face tightening with fury and grief. "How does Tom have these?" he whispered, gripping the table until his knuckles turned white. Diana's words cut into him like knives. The empty ring slot mocked him like a cruel thief. For William, this wasn't a collection of memories. It was a loaded weapon aimed at his family, and the one holding the trigger was none other than Tom Parkerbowles, Camilla's son. William's voice hardened, cold with fury. "Not a word of this leaves this room. But from tonight onward, we hunt for the truth." Outside, the rain fell harder, as though echoing Diana's cries from the grave a warning of the greater storm to come. The photos with Rose Hanbury came next. Dr. Voss examined them under the microscope, her trained eye narrowing. "Composite," she declared firmly. "The lighting doesn't align. Shadows are inconsistent. High-end Photoshopically forged last year. Sophisticated, yes, but fake." The supposed scandal that had haunted William since 2019, an affair with Rose Hanbury, had never carried proof. But now Tom had tried to twist rumor into reality, using fabricated photos designed to wreck William's marriage to Kate Dott. The revelation was like fuel poured on an open flame. William slammed his fist onto the oak table, the sound echoing across the sealed chamber. His face flushed crimson, Diana's blue eyes flashing in his fury. "Tom thinks he can play dirty with me. My mother's letters, my penar, not toys." He rose and paced the floor, a lion caged. In his mind, Kate appeared gentle, steadfast, mother of his children, now at risk of being dragged into a public inferno. And then his father, Charles, the man who had chosen Camilla over healing their broken home. William turned sharply to Hayes, his most trusted guard. "Investigate Tom. Everything past, present, all of it. I want every detail, no stone unturned." His voice was cold, but beneath the steel lay anguish he could barely contain. Hayes nodded once and slipped away. Alone, William reread Diana's words. "Love can conquer power." His voice broke to a whisper. "Mother, I won't let them win. Never." Yet, deep inside, he knew this was no longer about memories. This was survival for the monarchy itself, at Clarence House. Weak sunlight crept across the halls, but the air hung heavy as a tomb. Tom Parker Bowles awoke, head pounding from wine and rage. He staggered to the garage where his Bentley waited, still damp from the storm. Flipping open the trunk, his face fell pale. The wooden box was gone only dust, and the metallic scent of rain remained. "No, impossible," Tom muttered, panic rising. He pounded the steel frame, the clang reverberating like a death knell. That box was no trinket, was years of scheming, bribery, and secrets. A weapon forged to destroy his cousin, and now it had vanished. Frenzied, Tom stormed to the guard station, demanding answers, but the men simply shook their heads. "We only towed the car, sir." The trunk was untouched. In reality, Hayes and his unit had already been reassigned under William's orders, erasing all traces. Tom roared. Who took it? Who dared? His fury spilled down the marble corridors. An antique vase shattered against the floor, shards scattering like his unraveling sanity. He burst into his mother's chambers without knocking. Camilla looked up from her tea, her expression poised but her gray eyes sharp. "Mother, it's gone." Tom's voice cracked. "The box. William has everything. If he sees what's inside, we're finished." He collapsed into a chair, his body trembling, his face streaked with angry tears. Camilla placed her cup down, her expression smooth as polished stone. "Calm yourself, Tom. This is not the end." "It's an opportunity," she rose, gazing through the window at her roses, trembling in the morning breeze. "William will not reveal this easily. He fears scandal more than we do. If he clings to those mementos, they will poison him. Doubt is more lethal than truth." Tom lifted his bloodshot eyes. "But how, Mother? He holds all the evidence." Camilla's lips curved into the smile that once unsettled Diana. "We don't need evidence. We only need a seed. Plant it and let it grow." They sat in hushed plotting, mother and son spinning webs in the dim light. First, reignite the Rose Hanbury scandal. "No real photos are needed," Camilla whispered. "Only the suggestion of a secret child. Find a boy who resembles young William. Leak the story. The press will do the rest." Second, strike Kate Williams' greatest weakness. Tom's eyes gleamed with cruel inspiration. "A fake diary? Claim Kate wed for ambition. My marriage is for the crown, not love. That will break her." Camilla's fingers stroked the table like a serpent caressing prey. "Exactly. William will sacrifice everything to protect Kate. In that frenzy, he'll slip. One mistake is all we need. When he falls, the monarchy falls with him." Tom left with a hardened resolve, though unease gnawed beneath his rage. His mother's strength was terrifying, but he knew he was just a pawn in her greater game. But William was not idle. From the moment the wooden box was placed in his hands, he had unleashed Phantom Monarchy's covert unit. A trio of shadows: Alistair Thorne, a former MI5 interrogator; Alina Vasquez, a cyber savant who could breach systems in her sleep; and Hayes, the seasoned guard captain. Together, they slipped across London like wraiths in black sedans. That afternoon, the first report came through an encrypted line. In the war room, Hayes read aloud: Tom Parker, born 1979, public image, celebrity chef, restaurant owner, TV host, private reality, volatile, resentful, dangerous. Surveillance images appeared to him in elite clubs, whiskey in hand, ranting through clenched teeth. Elena's voice crackled through a secure channel. We've traced suspicious payments from Tom's accounts to journalists. He's buying coverage. Then came the most damning piece: an audio recording from Mayfair's Annabelle's Bar. 2018. Jazz murmured in the background before Tom's drunken voice burst forth. Charles ruined my family. He and my mother cheated for years, made me a bastard in their palace games. Now he's king, waving to idiots from Buckingham, and me, nothing. William has it all title wife. Erstwhile, I rot with French recipes. Glass shattered as Tom hurled his drink, laughter echoing around him. The room fell silent. William's fists clenched until his nails dug into flesh. The words ripped open memories of Diana's tears, of nights spent motherless while Charles embraced Camilla. He swallowed hard. I know that pain. Losing a mother, a father's betrayal. But Tom, he's consumed by it. He wasn't born wicked. Our family's cracks made him this way. The report went deeper. In 2023, during a private meeting, Camilla had pressed Charles. Tom deserves a share of the royal estate. Charles had refused. He's not blood. That denial had broken Tom. Resentment festered toward Charles, who denied him; Camilla, who used him; and William, who embodied everything he could never be. But the darkest truth was yet to come. A money trail linking Tom to a high-ranking palace official. A name William knew all too well: Reginald Fitz. Blackmailed with stolen photos. Tom had once paid £50,000 in cash, slipped across a dim Soho cafe table, to steal a diary from William's personal archives, leather-bound, notebooks hidden deep inside a safe at the old Clarence house. Meanwhile, had resurfaced through a secret Geneva auction. Purchased this past April with wine investment profits from a Russian collector who once served the KGB. The fabricated rose photos were commissioned from a freelance hacker in Bucharest, Romania, funneled through an anonymous crypto wallet, €15,000 for high-end photo compositing. This is irrefutable evidence, Hayes declared, his tone grave, as if delivering a final courtroom verdict. Tom doesn't just want to bring you down, sir. He wants to drag the monarchy itself into the abyss. His hatred is a smoldering fire, and that wooden box is the fuel. One spark, and everything burns. William rose slowly, eyes fixed on the wall-sized map of London, dotted in red with Tom's movements. His face was set, but there was thought in his gaze. I understand him, he whispered. That hatred I once felt it toward Camilla. But he chose the wrong path. And now, we'll end this. He ordered surveillance tightened, every meeting, every call. Outside, the city bustled, unaware that beneath the monarchy's glossy facade, a silent war was beginning to boil. William's chest felt heavy. Tom's motives weren't merely revenge, they were echoes of the past. And William knew he had to break that cycle, no matter the cost. Tom and Camilla's plan struck like a storm, swift, brutal, unrelenting. Just 24 hours after the Clarence House briefing, the first bomb landed. The Daily Scandal, a notorious tabloid Tom quietly bankrolled, splashed a front-page photo of a 7-year-old boy, blonde hair, tousled, round face, eerily like young William. He was playing with a ball in the park, smiling innocently. The screaming headline, The Forgotten Child. Rose Hanbury and Prince William's secret, is this his love child? The article never made direct claims Camilla's clever touch. It only planted doubt. Sources close to the matter alleged Rose Hanbury, William's old friend, had given birth in secret 7 years ago. No DNA, no papers, just questions. Why does the boy look so much like the prince? Public outrage erupted like a volcano. BBC and Sky scrambled with breaking debates. Does William have a secret child? Social media exploded. #WilliamSecretChild dominated. Millions of comments ranging from fury to fascination. William monitored from his office, phone buzzing relentlessly, his face darkening. He knew this was the opening salvo on attack on his family's honor. But the second bomb came hours later, far deadlier. A leaked diary appeared on a shadowy WordPress blog, programmed to self-delete in 24 hours, a masterpiece of digital forgery by Eastern European hackers. Its file-load pages mimicked Kate's elegant slanted handwriting. The words chilled every reader. I married William for the throne, not for love. He is the key to ultimate power, and I won't let anyone take it. Not Harry, not Camilla. The kisses at St. Andrews, a performance to win him. Now, with Diana's sapphire on my finger, I am the future queen, and I deserve it. The press devoured it. Was Kate a fairy tale princessor? A schemer? Headlines screamed, commoner turned queen by design. Talk shows called, and psychologists, analysts. Within 48 hours, William was painted as a faithless philanderer, Kate as a fraud. Media profits soared. Public trust, the monarchy's most fragile treasure, shook violently. At Kensington Palace. A family dinner turned nightmarish. Silence suffocated the table, broken only by the clink of silverware. Kate sat pale beside William, her blue eyes swollen from tears. She gripped his hand under the table, whispering in a trembling voice, "William, they're turning me into a joke. Those diary words, they cut like knives. I can't take this anymore. What about the children? They'll read this one day." William squeezed her hand, his jaw tight with rage. "No, Kate. We won't let them win. I'll prove this is Tom's doing." Yet inside, his heart broke. The woman who had given everything to stand by him was now dragged through filth. He held her, whispering, "I'm sorry. I'll fix this." That night, as rain hammered Kensington's dome, a knock rattled the back gate, 3 slow, fearful taps. Hayes opened cautiously, pistol ready. A young man in a rain-soaked trench coat emerged, trembling. His ghostly face was Marcus Johnson, Tom's former media aide. Once dazzled by royal glamour, his eyes now brimmed with regret. Hands shaking, he offered a small USB. "I worked for Tom," he confessed. "I planted stories, hacked blogs, everything. But he's cornered now. Camilla's too ruthless. Use this. Only you can save the monarchy." On the USB was an audio recording. Camilla's voice, cold as a blade. "Remember, Tom never let William take the initiative. If we sow doubt, he'll destroy himself like Diana did." When William heard it, his grip crushed the USB until it cracked. Fury blazed in his eyes. Enough. The game ends now. Outside, lightning split the sky, heralding the storm to come. But William had not waited idly. For weeks, his shadows had infiltrated Tom's circle. A loyal guard, James Croft, disguised himself as Tom's confidant, recording secret meetings. Now those videos were weapons. In one clip, Tom sat in a smoky Soho flat, laughing drunkenly. "Find a boy who looks like young William. Blonde, blue-eyed, whatever. We'll call him Rose's son. Let doubt do the work. The public will eat him alive." And hear Kate's fake diary. "Let them think she's a gold digger. William will crack. Kate will collapse." William watched. Every word a dagger not for Tom, but for Camilla, who had orchestrated it all. The time had come. He summoned Tom to Windsor Castle, into a sealed chamber where kings had once signed bloody treaties. No witnesses, no press, just 2 men and ghosts of the past. As Tom entered, the lights blazed. A large screen played his own recordings, his voice, his face. Tom's blood drained white. "How did you—" "This is fake. You're framing me." He lunged at the screen, desperate, raging. William's voice cut like ice. "You think you're the only one who plays dirty. That wooden box, my mother's letters, even the fake photos, I know it all. But you turned my pain into a weapon," Tom snarled. "Pain? You had everything. The throne, Kate, children. I had nothing. I'm Camilla's bastard, abandoned, betrayed. He chose you, not me." His tears betrayed a wounded child's truth. But William pressed play again. Camilla's voice, cold as steel. "Never let William take the initiative. So doubt, and he'll destroy himself." Tom froze, trembling, his face contorted in betrayal. "You spied on my mother. She was protecting me." William's gaze was furious, yet pitying. "No, Tom, even your own allies gave me this, because they know Camilla never protected you. She used you, like she used my father, like she used Diana. You're nothing but a pawn." The truth broke him. Tom's body shook, rage overtaking grief. He roared and charged. Rage overtaking grief. He roared and charged. William fought with desperate strength. The two men grappled in the ancient chamber, fists flying across stone walls heavy with history. "I'll never lose to you," Tom screamed, voice raw with rage. "You have everything, I have nothing. Camilla promised me it all." A punch cracked against William's shoulder. Blood dripped from his lip. But William, fueled by a protector's will, hurled Tom to the cold floor. He pinned him down, eyes blazing with both fury and grief. "You don't lose because you have nothing. You lose because you chose lies. Because you chose destruction over forgiveness. From this moment you are no longer part of this family. No titles, no estate, no name. That's my final verdict." Tom lay sprawled, chest heaving, eyes burning red. "You'll regret this," he hissed. "Camilla will never forgive you." But inside, he already knew Camilla had dealt him a losing hand, and now he was utterly alone. William wiped the blood from his lip, his heart heavy. He turned and walked away, leaving Tom in the shadows. Victory had come, but it tasted of poison. The exposure rolled out like a tidal wave. William made sure of it. He handed evidence to trusted media outlets with firm instructions. Tell the truth, but preserve the monarchy's dignity. In just 24 hours, the world flipped. The Daily Scandal collapsed under its own lies. The supposed secret child was revealed as Oliver, a cheerful Norfolk boy hired for staged photos at £5,000. "I was just playing ball," he laughed in an interview. Innocence disarming the nation. Public opinion turned viciously on Tom, branding him royal wrecker, and the bastard's betrayal. The forged diary fell apart too. Oxford experts confirmed it modern laser ink, fresh paper, not a trace of authenticity. Kate, trembling but defiant, stood before the BBC. "I love William because he is my husband, not for the throne." She was cleared, but the wounds cut deep. Lies left scars that no fact-check could erase. Tom became the first true casualty. The press swarmed Clarence House, where he cowered in a darkened room. Contracts cancelled, friends vanished, reputation obliterated. He sat alone, clutching Diana's sapphire, once his prized bribe, now nothing but a relic of poisoned hatred. "Why did you abandon me?" he whispered into the darkness, tears spilling. Exiled, nameless. Tom wandered London like a ghost, his legacy nothing but shame. But the blow struck Dupert Camilla herself, in a private Buckingham tea room. William entered calm, but cold. He set the incriminating recorder on the table. Camilla's own voice played, "If we so doubt, he'll destroy himself." Her teacup slipped, shattering. For the first time in years, the Queen's hands trembled. "William, my son," she whispered, voice faltering with fear. William's eyes were knives. "I won't release it. If the public heard the truth, the throne would collapse. But from now on, every step you take is under my watch. Test me again and it ends." Camilla nodded, face drained, aged a decade in a breath. She kept her crown, smiled beside Charles at events. But each night she lay awake, haunted by the recording. A time bomb ticking in her chest. She lived half alive, half dead, trapped by her own shadows. Kate was vindicated, but scarred forever. The fake diary's venom still whispered in her mind each time she faced the mirror. "Do they believe it? Do they see me as false?" Holding George, Charlotte, and Louis tightly, she whispered to William, "I'll endure it. But it hurts more than I can say, stronger than ever." Yet forever marked Kate had learned the true price of power. William had won. He had silenced Tom, shackled Camilla, shielded the monarchy. But it was no complete victory. Charles summoned him privately, voice weary. "Son, I'm proud of you, but understand we've lost something forever." William only nodded, his heart heavy. Diana's old letter echoed in his mind. The throne doesn't belong to love. It belongs to those who know how to twist the truth. That night, he lay beside Kate, stroking her hair as she slept. Outside Windsor, autumn winds whispered through the dark. Who will manipulate next? Tom had fallen. Camilla was bound in silence. The monarchy endured, but its shadow war had only just begun. William held Kate close, whispering the only victory that mattered. We'll survive for each other, and for a fleeting moment that was enough.